a God who inspires. I remember perfectly when I had everything planned out in my mind and thought the path was completely clear. I would look ahead and could only see success in that exact way I had drawn it up, working day and night to ensure every single detail went right. We put so much strength into our own plans that we end up forgetting our vision is very limited and small. Back then, I believed my happiness depended exclusively on that specific door opening, and I placed all of my identity and energy into that one goal. But time went on, and suddenly, everything I considered certain began to crumble right before my eyes, without me being able to do a single thing to stop it. When the impact of that loss hit me, my world collapsed in a way I never imagined would be possible to endure. I found myself fallen on the ground, without the strength to stand up, looking at the pieces of my dreams scattered all over the place. The pain wasn't just physical. It was a pain in the soul that made me question why all of this was happening to me of all people. I spent nights awake crying and trying to understand why the Lord was allowing so much effort to be thrown away in such a violent manner. It felt like all my sweat and all my prayers had amounted to nothing, and the silence of that situation hurt me even deeper with each passing day. I confess that I reacted in a very human way and asked many times why I was going through such heavy suffering. I would look around and see other people achieving the exact thing I wanted, while I remained there stagnant and wounded. In my mind, if God truly loved me, He would make my path easier and give me that victory I so desperately begged for on my knees. I tried to negotiate in prayer, saying that if that blessing came, I would do everything right and help many people around me. But the answer I kept receiving deep in my heart remained a very clear and very painful no to accept. It took a very long time for me to realize that that no was actually one of the greatest demonstrations of love I have ever received. The Lord wasn't trying to destroy me or punish me. He was merely protecting me from a path that would lead me to complete ruin. Sometimes, we get so attached to a desire that we fail to notice the danger hidden right behind it. When God says no to our plan, He is saying yes to our salvation and to our true growth. Today, I understand that that disappointment was the bitter medicine I needed to wake up and view life in a much deeper way. I needed to go through the process of isolation and rebuilding so that my pride could be broken and my true essence could emerge. In that hospital bed and during those days of loneliness, I discovered that my life had much more value than the position or status I was chasing. The Lord began to rewrite my story, using my very scars as the main tools for transformation. What I thought would be the end of the line turned into the beginning of a much larger and more beautiful journey. The pain was the starting point that pushed me directly into the true purpose that was kept for me. I learned to have patience with God's timing, which works in a way completely different from our immediate clock. We want everything right now, in our moment, but the most valuable things in life need time to mature and grow strong roots. If I had received everything I asked for back when I asked for it, I certainly would have ruined the opportunity out of pure immaturity. The Lord uses the waiting period to work on our character, teaching us to trust even when everything seems to go wrong. Having patience doesn't just mean waiting passively, but keeping the faith burning and the right attitude while the storm passes. Today, I look back and feel an immense gratitude for every door that remained closed, even when I begged to enter. If the Lord had given in to my whims back then, I wouldn't have met the wonderful people who are part of my life today. I wouldn't have developed the resilience and strength that allow me to stand tall in the face of any new difficulty today. God's no saved me from myself and from my own selfish choices that looked good but were empty. Every setback life gave me served to bring me closer to the truth and pull me away from what was corrupting me. Our faith is only truly tested when things do not happen the way we idealized and planned with so much care. It is very easy to give thanks and sing when all the bills are paid and our plans are working out without any obstacles. But the true test of maturity happens when the ground disappears and, even so, we choose to keep walking with confidence. I decided that my faithfulness to the Lord would not depend on a signed contract or a life free of problems and pain. I will be faithful in health or in sickness, on top of the mountain or in the deepest and darkest valley of life. I realized that my story of overcoming started to make sense when I began using my pain to help other needy people. When someone sees me smiling today, with my paralyzed arm and the marks of the past, that person finds the strength not to give up on their own battles. Some people do not need a memorized religious speech. They need to see a real life being lived with dignity and courage. My life testimony became much more powerful than any word I could just speak from the mouth out. God transformed my personal tragedy into a living message of hope for all those who are discouraged. I see miracles happening in the lives of my family and the people around me because of what I suffered in the past. My father found the path of faith upon seeing my recovery, and my friends changed their lives as they witnessed my strength. Nothing I went through was in vain, and every single drop of sweat and tear had a much greater meaning in the overall plan. If they gave me the chance to go back in time and change what happened in that game, I would choose to go through everything exactly the same. The success the world offers doesn't come anywhere near the peace and satisfaction of being in the center of God's will. We need to learn to stop getting in the way of the Lord's actions with our daily complaints and our lack of understanding. When we accept that we have control over absolutely nothing, a huge weight is lifted off our shoulders and we find true rest. I learned to rest in the certainty that the one who created me knows exactly what I need and when I need each thing. His plan might seem much slower and harder, but the final reward is infinitely greater and longer lasting. Do not despair if your life took a totally different turn from the one you planned in your youth. I ask for strength to continue firm on this path, without letting the bitterness of the world harden my heart and my mind. May I never forget the first love and that sincere joy from when I decided to walk hand in hand with the truth. Real commitment is the one that remains intact even after the excitement of the beginning disappears and real problems knock on the door. I will continue waking up every day with the certainty that the best is yet to come, regardless of the circumstances around me. My hope is not based on material goods, but on the certainty that my life is kept in a safe place. To all of you who are going through a moment of darkness and think you have been forgotten, I say with absolute certainty, stay firm. The no you are receiving today might be the deliverance you will thank for on your knees a few years from now with tears in your eyes. Do not allow the pain of the present moment to make you forget the value and potential that exists stored inside you. The Lord is merely redirecting your steps to a place where you can shine much brighter and help many more people. Have the courage to accept what you cannot understand right now, because the future will reveal the purpose of it all. Patience is a virtue that develops in the fire of trial and during the long waits that life imposes on us without prior warning. Each day of silence is an opportunity to quiet the noise of the world and listen to the gentle voice that guides us on the right path. I learned to value small daily progress and not focus solely on the final outcome that I so highly desired. The walk itself is where our learning happens and where we become true men and women, ready for challenges. God is not in a hurry, He has a perfect purpose, and His time is always the most exact and correct for us. When we change our perspective and stop complaining, the reality around us begins to transform in a wonderful way. The barriers that seemed impassable turn into steps that lead us to a higher level of understanding and maturity. I no longer look at what I lost, but give thanks daily for everything I gained in wisdom and peace of mind. True wealth is not measured by what we hold in our hands, but by what good we carry inside our own hearts. I am a free man because I am no longer a slave to my own desires and the approval of other people. I give thanks for my life exactly as it is today, with all its limitations and with all its immense joys. The Lord gave me a new family, new friends, and a mission that fulfills me in a way that football never could fulfill. I wake up every morning with a light heart and ready to do good to whoever crosses my path. My story did not end on that field. It just gained a much more beautiful and inspiring chapter for the whole world. I am living proof that it is possible to smile and be immensely happy even when life tells us a definitive no. May this message of overcoming reach the heart of that person who is thinking about giving up on everything tonight. May they feel the same embrace and the same comfort I felt when I thought my life had lost its meaning. No matter the size of your fall or the severity of your problem, there is always a way out and a new beginning waiting for you. The Lord gathers every single one of your tears, and none of them will be forgotten or wasted in the end. Keep your head held high and keep walking with firm steps, because your story has not reached its end yet. I understood that the secret to a full life is knowing how to handle negative answers with the same dignity as positive answers. We already know very well how to celebrate when we are blessed and when everything goes exactly the way we wanted. But true human greatness reveals itself in the way we react when we receive a very big no right in front of us. It is at that time that we show who we really are and on what kind of foundation our life structure is truly built. May we learn to accept the greater plans and to trust with closed eyes in the guidance of our existence. I close this reflection with the absolute certainty that all things work together for the good of those who seek to live the truth with sincerity. My health may fail, my plans may change, and the world around me may shake in every possible way. But my faith remains unshakable because I know the direction of my life is being guided by hands much wiser than mine. The pain of the past transformed into the fuel that moves me today and gives me strength to preach hope wherever I pass. My purpose was found, and nobody can take away the joy I feel for fulfilling my mission on this earth. The question I leave for each of you today is to be kept and meditated upon deep in your mind over the next few days. We already know how to celebrate the yes, but what will you do when the answer to your biggest dream is a no? Will you have the capacity to keep trusting and loving even when you understand absolutely nothing of what is happening? May we have the maturity to embrace God's no as the greatest blessing and protection of our lives today and forever. Amen.